The mayoral cycle in Hypixel Skyblock is a piece of content that allows players to participate in an election to choose a mayor. Each of these mayors comes with a specific set of unique perks that are sought after by all different kinds of players. Due to the limited time, rotating nature of these perks, Ironman players are often softly forced into playing along with whoever's currently in office. For the most part, Marina, the fishing mayor, and Cole, the mining mayor, are the gatekeepers of a lot of early and mid-game upgrades. During a majority of this video, Marina will be in office, so we'll be focusing mainly on fishing. She comes with 4 amazing fishing-related perks, the main one being the Fishing Festival. During her Fishing Festival, you can fish up sharks, which drop things like shark teeth, shark fins, and a really good early game fishing pet called the Megalodon. We need multiple of all of those things, so we'll be doing our very best to catch as many fishing festivals as we can. Marina's other 3 perks are also very powerful, offering bonus fishing wisdom, which increases the amount of fishing XP that you gain, double hook chance, equal to 10% of your sea creature chance, double hook being a stat that allows you to fish up 2 of the same sea creature at the same time, and of course a trusty 15% increase to your sea creature chance, which, if it isn't explained by the name, is your percentage chance to catch a sea creature. With all of these amazing bonuses to fishing, as well as the limited time nature of the content, we're going to dust off our trusty old rod and get right into it. As always, I greatly appreciate all of the support that I've received recently. If you enjoyed the video, please, I'd appreciate it if you liked it, subscribed, and left a comment down below about which part you enjoyed the most. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the video. Alright, so a couple small milestones that we've achieved here. So, been spamming some T1 Void Glooms while I do Endermen for Enchanted Ender Pearls and regular Ender Pearls too, I guess. Just on the side because I was already killing Endermen, so being a little bit more efficient there. And then, of course, using the Stonk to work on getting our stacks of... Oops, that's not the right thing. Enchanted Endstone, wherever it is, here it is, and then Enchanted Obsidian up because we need 512 of both of those for various reasons. This for Tree Cap and this for Endermite Pet, so that ought to be fun. But the reason that we're here is because we just hit the big old milestone of being able to make an aspect to the end. That is very exciting. I mean, you can't understate just how useful it is to be able to... And like, I can't do it a million times, but that was kind of a lot of fucking times. Like, that was a lot of teleporting that I just absolutely had no access to before. So that is lovely to see. I'm going to do a few more Void Glooms to try to get to 32 Null Spheres, just for the purpose of having something that I can use for killing Endermen in the future, and kind of put a on that, end it off a little bit there, so that we can get into the true meat of the episode, which is fishing. Alright, doing a little bit of prep for Marina, kind of doing, you know, a little bit of efficiency-oriented gameplay, just a tiny bit, right? We've got our lovely aspect of the end, which is awesome. I love having that. It's great for teleporting around and stuff. And we are currently farming glowing mushrooms so that I can farm a shit load of chum buckets. And then at that point, we will be redeeming them for 2 key items, right? We're going to get a glowing mush mix-in to hopefully last us for a majority of Marina. 30 fishing speed is going to be huge, so that's awesome. And then we're also going to get our hands on a chumming talisman. The 1 fishing speed, the 1 fishing wisdom, more importantly, that little bit of magical power is going to go a long way. So that's currently what we're up to. We're going to continue to be farming these mushrooms as well for a while, killing these cows in the background, and then crafting up a mushroom minion, you know, as we get the chance. So I'm going to take advantage of Diaz being around for the next, I want to say like 6 hours until it goes away. And buy out basically all the shop stocks that would be useful to me before that drops. So yeah, that's pretty much the plan. It's Easter Sunday today, so I will probably end up spending a majority of the day with family. But I do want to get as prepped for this Marina as possible so that when I actually have time to play, either later today or tomorrow, we'll be able to just hit the ground freaking running. Already got as well our rod upgraded to a challenging rod thanks to the rusty coins in the bayou, so that's super nice as well. Yeah, things are going great. The fishing gains are going to be quick too. I mean, we've already got 3/4 salmon, just a little bit more salmon, and I'll be able to make the final piece of the leggings. We'll have 4/4 salmon, which again helps out. So we're slowly stacking up a lot of the various different things that we need for making ourselves halfway decent fisher at least. It's gonna be a while until we can get our hands on sponge armor, mostly just because of how bad the collection is. But you know, we'll have to see how it goes. Alright everybody, so coming in real quick to record, Marina with all 4 perks has indeed been elected, and we've got a fishing festival starting in 6 minutes. Got a little bit of an upgrade to our setup, got the challenging rod, etc. All that good stuff, almost done with the salmon, but here's what we're here for. Bam! Got our 355. As you can see, I'm basically completely out of money as opposed to the last clip where I had over 10 mil because I don't have it in here, but I spent it all on sponges, so now I have like a ton of enchanted sponges, about half of what I'm going to need for sponge armor, unfortunately, but hey, it's better than nothing. It'll be nice, and yeah, we're going to start working on getting this thing tricked out. I'm going to put refined on it just for starting out and then see what we'll do from there, but yeah, we're going to get compact and pretty much everything that's going to make this as good as we can for now before we start to grind out some of the more advanced enchantments, and then the fuel tank, drill engine, upgrade module, all that good stuff is certainly coming very soon, but for now, this is a fishing episode. So now that we're actually into the fishing content, we can talk a little bit about what we've done so far. So the biggest thing is it's all organized in my island chests, but we participated in our first fishing festival. We got away with quite a few shark scales, and then the dull shark tooth necklace is where we're up to at the moment, but I also have one of the, I believe it's blue shark teeth that I need to upgrade again, so that's going to be super useful in the future. Getting that to legendary is one of the easier kind of like event-based ones to get, so I'll definitely be doing that if possible during this marina, but if not, you know, we'll get there. It's kind of a rush to get as much done as possible during this marina because you just don't know when she's going to come back. It's a little bit of a tough way with her because not a lot of people enjoy fishing, but it's a good time to capitalize on it now. She doesn't come up with her fishing festival as often as I think that she should either. There's a lot of things that I think should change about the mayoral cycle, but that's a different video, right? I'm saving up currently my junk to get, I want to get a warp scroll to the Bayou. I want to get a junk talisman and then upgrade that. I think it's to like the junk relic or artifact is the highest that it goes to. So we'll be doing that, and then we are at 3 out of 4 pieces of salmon as well. The other big thing that I did was set up a bunch of minion changes, so we can go show those off later, but the biggest thing is that I got a bunch of super compactors. I think we have like 8 or 9 super compactor 3000s now. So that goes a long way for letting my minions idle, and honestly I was missing out on a lot of efficiency just in terms of like idle hours where my minions were not doing a single thing, so this is going to be really useful. So yeah, those are set up. I mean, the chicken minion has one, the cow minion has one, I've got a sheep minion with one in it. All my fishing minions have one, and then I also got medium storages. So large storages really aren't worth the grind, but the medium storages were a good thing to add. So that's kind of was the first focus of the video, obviously wrapping up stuff from last video and then doing those minion changes. Now it's just all about fishing, so we're going to be working on finishing off this last piece of salmon that we need. We're pretty close. We're both manually fishing it up and getting it from my minions. I will be putting catalysts in my fishing minions just to juice up those collections a little bit, because we're really close to a lot of good things on the collections, like the upgrades to this angler set. So definitely want to get that going sooner rather than later. And then we also got a calcified heart, which is going to give us a little bit extra fishing speed. So I'll be putting that on our salmon once we get a chance. It's going to be a long time before we get our hands on sponge armor. So much so that I actually would not be surprised if we just skip over it and get to lava sea creature armor while we wait for the minions to build up enough sponges for me to actually make the armor. But we'll see how that turns out. It's a whole thing. For now, we're just going for pure XP. I might even go ahead and treat myself to like a treasure hook or something like that for the sole purpose of not having to go for bronze hunter armor. But we are pretty close to combat 22, so it probably wouldn't hurt to just unlock the Crimson Isles, go knock out bronze hunter armor in an evening, and then be done with that. It'll also give us access to a much better avenue of trophy fishing. So don't be surprised if you see trophy fishing, treasure fishing, etc. in this video, but the main focus is going to be on XP. Okay, so we have done quite a bit of fishing on stream today. We've made huge gains in pretty much every regard. We've upgraded to the prismarine necklace, clownfish cloak, sponge belt. We're still working on the clay bracelet. It's going to take a bit more clay. We've also got full salmon with 2 pieces calcified, which is dope. But more importantly, we've got our rusty coins, belt buckles, and old leather boot, which means junk talisman, junk ring, junk artifact. Boom, another rare accessory on the account is actually huge. And also 7.5 treasure chance is nothing to scoff at. Like, that's actually a pretty, I don't quite know how it works, but if you look on the Hypixel wiki and the calculations that they have for treasure chance, a small bump in treasure chance actually makes a very big difference in how often you get treasure, like a lot. So that's going to be pretty important for the account going forward. We've also got the Dull Shark Tooth Necklace, of course. We're still working on the other one, or the upgrade for that. We got quite a few shark fins from the last fishing festival, but unfortunately only one nurse shark tooth was the only loot that we got, which was pretty brutal. But we're still working on it. It's not a big deal. It's something that we're getting to. I think hopefully the next festival that comes around, which I think is in like, I don't know, 10 hours or something like that, will be set up in such a fashion that I should have better fishing speed and better sea creature chance. But it really all depends as well if I can get my fishing sack, because that is a huge barrier. There's so much time that just goes into organizing the inventory and everything without sacks. So getting my hands on that fishing sack is going to be great, but pufferfish are pretty few and far between. So we're sort of at the mercy of my minions at the moment, but we're definitely going to get there soon, and I am looking forward to it. Other than that, nothing really exciting to report. That's pretty much been everything that we did on the stream so far, so yeah. All right, so we just hit fishing 20, which is pretty big. We can get alligators, which means quick bite, and we can also get sea emperors now. And sea emperors means flying fish, it means diver armor, it means a lot of upgrades. So yeah, fishing 20 is a pretty significant one. I mean, 27 is the end goal, because 27 is kind of when you unlock, you know, lava fishing and a lot of the other majority good things there. But for now, we're just gonna kind of keep trying to progression skip over sponge as much as we can. And yeah, fishing 20 is a good milestone to get at this point, and hopefully it won't be too long here before we start to fish up some of these really good legendary sea creatures. Quick little milestone that we hit here, taming 35 while doing an experiment. That's kind of a fun milestone there. And then we also hit Skyblock level 62. Obviously we get the extra health, but I forgot to show earlier that we had hit the milestone of Skyblock level 60. So that's pretty exciting. Gonna be continuing to work half-assedly on Skyblock levels, but more focusing on skill levels and items at the moment. All right, of course I don't have my recorder on, but we just dropped not one but two fish affinity talismans. That's a whole 10 fishing speed, which is actually kind of crazy considering how long it took me to get the chumming talisman, and that's only 1 speed, though it is a wisdom. But that is so sweet. You can drop that sucker in there. I'm actually pumped on that right there. That's going to be a big deal. That's going to help a lot with the fishing speed, just like hitting the rates that I'm trying to hit, because it's going to be a while before we can upgrade. So that's also why calcified is such a big deal, because 3 fishing speed on 2 pieces, that goes hard early game. Rod of Champions. There's actually a pretty big increase from 42 fishing speed up to 58, from 11.5 up to 14%, and then yeah, I mean that's pretty good. More damage and strength is chill too, just for, you know, quick killing. Whoops, wrong button. It's nice for like just being able to recast and kill stuff. But yeah, this is gonna go pretty decent way. Still working on getting those T6s and all that stuff set up at expertise 5 at this point. We're working on the, I think it's the speedy line and the stingy hook, but it might be the other way around. But yeah, working on those right now. That's why we've got all this junk. So yeah, almost there. Yet another significant milestone on the Ironman. A small fishing sack. You would not believe the hell that I had to go through to get this damn thing. Or maybe you would if you've got your own Ironman. But yeah, it was mostly the fishing minions. But I mean, at least 12 hours of manual fishing grinding today and yesterday in order to get this sucker. But oh my god, am I happy to have it. My inventory's been full of crap for so long. I've had so many raw fish, so many salmon, so much of everything that I just have had to keep in chests. And I have so much other stuff that I want to put in chests that can't go in sacks at all. And so this is just a freaking blessing. It's going to be extremely useful. Now, I think a big goal that we're going to have after, or maybe even during this fishing grind in order to make my life easier, is going to be working on getting our personal compactor up to higher ranks. The more slots, the better as far as I'm concerned. So we're definitely going to be working on that. The small fishing sack we'll want to get up as high as we can in the future, obviously, but it is just criminal how difficult it is to get pufferfish, especially now that they've removed all the fish from the fishing merchant. I'm pretty sure they used to have pufferfish in there, and I do not believe that they do anymore. I know that they don't have it in there anymore. They might have had it before, I'm not really sure. I didn't have to worry about stuff like this before, but now I do. So yeah, we'll have to see where things go from here. Obviously more fishing is going to happen, but I don't really know what the target is going to be now that, you know, I've got a hermit crab. We got the junk artifact or whatever the highest level one is. We got the fish affinity talisman. We've got so many different things from the bayou at this point. I'm almost wondering if we should pivot to other more specific types of fishing like worm fishing. But for now, I think I'm just going to keep working on getting the clay bracelet and working on sponge collection, because Lord knows I'm going to have to do so much of it. All right, so I wanted to offer a little bit of an update here on where we're at. So we have 3 out of 4 calcified now, and I just got kicked out of the hub because it restarted while I was reforging this, but I'm going to make these menacing. We got the backwater equipment set, very useful because instead of doing with the angler set and also the other set, the prismarine clay, etc., it increases damage dealt to sea creatures instead of reducing the damage that you take from them, and that helps a lot on my new Ironman trying to get loot share off of things like great white sharks. But the fishing festivals have been treating us pretty well. We're at the point, I believe this is tier 3 or tier 4? Tier 3, yeah, because plus 15%. So next up, I believe it's going to be tiger shark teeth needed to upgrade this, and then of course great whites. But this is going pretty well. I think that it's been great so far. We've got our fishing sack, which makes fishing just so much better. It's definitely going to start filling up here pretty soon. I already had to empty it of lily pads recently, but there you go, 295 shark fins. We've got plenty of those there. That's looking really good. Also, I don't know if I showed it off yet, but we did get a hermit crab pet. I do plan to upgrade it, but it takes rusty coins, and I have, at least for the first one, so I have some other things I want to get with rusty coins first. But yeah, last night I also finished off getting some super compactors that I needed to for some of these minions. I need one more because I forgot about my cobblestone minion. He's pretty useful. I like getting that cobblestone collection up. But yeah, it's been going pretty well. There's our small husbandry sack unlock. So obviously we're working on that. We're really close, actually. 10 out of 16 for that. So we'll be making that soon, and that'll be nice for holding all sorts of different things. Yeah, fishing-related progress has been absolutely great. We're fishing 21 at this point, so we're continuing to unlock better and better stuff. Got a couple sea emperors already, so if we check in here, we've got 4 emperor skulls. It's enough to make diver boots, but for now I just want to hold on to them and see what we want to do with it. I mean, who knows if I end up finding a use for a water orb or deciding to make, divers in a different order or something like that. So I'm going to hold on to it until I have enough to at least make a couple pieces of the set before I start to worry about that at all. But I think it will be pretty useful to have. We'll see how it compares to my salmon, and that'll kind of be a big decider as to whether or not I will choose to use it. So yeah, that is basically a majority of the things that we've done since yesterday. I don't really think I've been working on anything else other than just sort of passive things, randomly doing whatever I can, working on getting these things up, working on collections, etc. Yeah, the Skyblock level is at 63 now. All right, now this is a big one. Mid fishing festival, we just dropped a epic megalodon. Oh, let's go. Its stats, I believe, already may outclass our reindeer. Our reindeer is giving us 30% fishing speed and a 4% sea creature chance, and at base, our megalodon is giving us 20 fishing speed and 10 sea creature chance. Obviously, those things are doubled from its second perk there, doubles the pet's base stats during the fishing festival. But yeah, this is great. This is going to be super good for future fishing festivals. This is overall a very good fishing pet as well. It's going to outclass our reindeer even outside of fishing festivals, I believe, so I'm very happy to have that. And then on top of all of those things, it also offers some pretty decent magic find, strength, and ferocity, and then also as well the additional damage dealt from the blood scent ability. This is going to help us actually get loot share, because it has been so hard to get loot share on things like great whites and whatnot. But once we get this megalodon a little bit leveled up, this thing is going to be a beast. I'm so happy to have this while there are actually remaining fishing festivals left too, because that means we're going to get a chance to use it and abuse it. And holy moly, am I going to use this thing. All right, there's another cheeky one, Combat 22, which unlocks the Crimson Isle for us. I'm going to have to do like a whole big episode on all the various different stuff that the Crimson Isle has. Dojo, Reputation, Kudra, Bestiaries, Fishing, Trophy Fishing. I mean, there's so much to do on the Crimson Isle. It might as well be the endgame location. Perhaps sharing that with the Dungeon Hub in some respects, but the Crimson Isle is it. So very happy to have that unlocked. We're going to start right away working on our reputation and also working on our bronze hunter armor, because that is going to be very useful when it comes to trying to do treasure fishing, which is something that is relatively useful at my current point. We're going to need BAYOU fishing orbs. We need some more busted belt buckles, always need more rusty coins, etc. So theoretically, if I wanted to get luck of the C7, I would... I think it's either Luck of the C7. I don't think it's Blessing 7. I think it's, yeah, Luck of the C. If I want to get that raised, I need an egregious amount of treasure, specifically junk. So, yeah, that's something we'll have to continue to work on. But pretty cool unlock there. And, yeah, we'll definitely continue to work towards the various different things that the Crimson Isle entails. But for now, it's going to be a bit of a backseat. This is a pretty decent one, too. We got our 8th belt buckle after doing all the other stuff. So we've got a travel scroll to the Bayou now. That's pretty nice. That's going to be, like, just decent. I mean, it saves 30 seconds or less, but at the same time, that's just the kind of QOL that's nice to unlock slowly over time to build up the account into something that makes you feel like a real human and not just, like, a toddler running around with a drill and a shitty rod. Oh, yo, this is so sweet. So from a single Emperor of the Sea, we got an epic flying fish, which we will, of course, upgrade to legendary. Which will also be good once we get the diver's armor set up. We got a Bobbin Scriptures, which, I mean, it's not going to be useful right away. Like, obviously, Bobbin Scriptures is an end game usefulness, but at the same time, it will be nice to have when it does come time to make Bobbin time. So we'll have to start stacking up several of these because we're going to need Bobbin time on multiple sets. But overall, it's the flying fish that we're the most excited about. The Megalodon is great during the fishing festival, but this flying fish is going to carry us a long way when it's not fishing festival time. Alright, gang, so this is going to go ahead and be the last clip of the episode. It's getting pretty long here, and I want to get this out. I am having some troubles with my PC, so the streams might be on hold for a short period of time while I either get it repaired or replace my PC. We'll have to see which one that's going to end up being, but yeah, so a short summary of all the things we've done in this video. I might go over a couple things redundantly that we already had, but overall, I mean, got the backwater set, full salmon with calcified diver's boots. The diver's boots are great. We've got a Rod of Champions now with the lily pad collection unlocked to get a Rod of Legends whenever we have enough lily pads. So that's super useful. We got tons of progress in all sorts of different collections here. And then on top of that, we also got the full upgraded angler set like the clay, the prismarine, etc. A Bobbin Scriptures, full backwater. And then on top of that, we also got in this episode a Megalodon pet, a flying fish pet, a rare dolphin too, but I mean, that's just guaranteed. But the Megalodon and the flying fish are huge fucking upgrades. I mean, like, huge fishing upgrade. The flying fish is essentially going to become my best in slot pet, and Megalodon gives magic find, which is so good. So yeah, I've also got super compactors in all of these minions. The cobblestone minion over here does not have one, but he's just kind of running as a goof anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The storage is very well sorted. Our fishing stuff is starting to fill up pretty well. Had a good spooky festival. Unfortunately, not really enough to put together anything useful from these. We only got a singular spooky chest from the festival, which was a little tough. But yeah, so now that Jerry's workshop is open, I am going to be doing that today. And that'll kind of probably be the start of the next video, I would say, is just a little bit more fishing. And then we'll probably pivot over to doing Slayers and combat. So I think the next several episodes are gonna consist of pretty much Slayers, combat, and Crimson Isles with a little bit of fishing and mining interspersed in there. So yeah, this has been, I think, the longest video on the channel ever. I could be wrong, but a lot of effort went into this one. Really enjoyed it. As always, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.